Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, I would like to inform that we will share the feedback form after the Q&A session ended. Please stay for a while to complete the form. Please be informed that we will be providing career resource kit in the feedback form. The link to request e-certificate may also be found in the form. Kindly complete the post-event survey to get the career resource kit and request e-certificate. Top 30 active participants with more than 80% attendance will also stand a chance to get GrabFood vouchers. A very good afternoon I bid to our respected speakers, Ms. Sabara Omer Farok and Madam Roslina Nordin Ali, and everyone attending this TWAX 5.0 Internship 101 Everything You Need to Know About SIIP webinar. I am Ho Zizing, and it's my pleasure to be your moderator for this session. For your information, this session will be covering about everything you need to know about SIIP, which will help fellow students to have a better understanding about SIIP. Ladies and gentlemen, to start off, let me introduce our speakers. Today, we are going to have Ms. Sabaria Omer Farok, Senior Executive of Career Development Office, Center for Student Development, University Technology Petronas. She is known for her reputation in guiding students for career planning. Next, we are going to have Madam Roslina Nordin Ali, Senior Manager of Career Development Office, Center for Student Development, University Technology Petronas. She is known for her reputation in giving guidance to students to plan their career. She will be answering questions from our participants in the Q&A session. Please be informed that the Q&A session will be held after the speaker's presentation. However, if you wish to ask the speaker during the webinar, you may post it in the chat box. Without further delay, I would like to welcome Ms. Sabaria Omer Farok to start her presentation. Please welcome.
Ho, can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
All right. All right. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Ho. Thank you to all of you for taking your time to attend today's session. I'm Sabaria from UTP Career Development Office, and today I'll be sharing with you an overview of how can you prepare yourself for student industrial internship program. All right, so as you may aware, all UTP undergraduate students must undergo internship, okay, in order for you to complete your studies. So it is crucial for you to understand the necessary steps or guidelines to help you prepare in order for you to get placement in your preferred choice of company. So I will try my best to simplify the information so you will be able to understand, and should you have any questions, feel free to ask me or Puan Roslina after the presentation. Okay, basically what are we expecting from today's session will be to equip you with the right tools and strategies, okay, to conduct effective internship search, of course, to help you identify the resources, okay, the career resources, and also to prepare you for interview preparation, okay, interview resume writing, and also job offer etiquette. So these are the agenda for today's session. So we have these are the things that I'll be completing. So
Sabara, yeah, I think you haven't switched to the second slide. We are seeing the first slide.
Okay, now?
Now still the first slide. I believe haven't entered the presentation mode.
Okay, just give me a moment, yeah.
Okay.
You can't see the slide, is it?
Yeah, we are still seeing the first slide. Yeah, now can now in the second slide.
But then if okay, full mode now can? No.
Now can. Second slide.
Now?
Can.
All right. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So basically, what are we expecting from today's session will to equip you, okay, with the right tools and strategies to conduct internship search, to help you identify the resources available to help you prepare your resume. Okay, getting your resume ready, understand the do's and don'ts during interview sessions, and also job offer etiquette. Okay, so these are the agenda for today's program. So why do an internship? What is an internship? Types of internship, where you can find internship placement, how to write resume, how to send applications, okay, how to ace an internship interview, and lastly, accepting and also rejecting, okay, internship offers. All right, so why do an internship? So for UTP students, I would say it's compulsory, so you don't have a choice, okay? You don't have an option to reject, so you have to go through internship placement, but then you will definitely get a lot of benefits from this, all right? So first thing, definitely you will have the chance to experience real working life. So this will help you. Okay, this is actually an added value when you are after your graduation. So when you're looking for a job later, so besides your CGPA and also your COQ involvement, these are the things that employers will actually look into, right? So your working experience, what actually you gain during your working experience, those are the thing, right? So second one will be job skills. So during internship, you will definitely acquire a lot of valuable skills, soft skills such as presentation, okay, presentation skills, communication skills, project management, time management, all right. So this will also help you, right? So besides that, you will also gain professional connections. So this is the time for you to build your professional connections. So basically to build your networking circle, okay, which will add value when after your graduation and even for your future career. So this will definitely be helpful, okay, making professional connections and also getting feedback from them, right? So, and of course, lastly, you will your internship will help you to strengthen your resume, okay, as I mentioned earlier. So these are the things that employers look into. And also this will be time during your internship, this will be the time for you to understand yourself better, understand what is your interest, your passion, okay, which will help you to make a better informed decision making in your career. Okay, what is an internship? Basically, internship is a monitored working experience, all right? So that integrates classroom learning and also real-world professional environment. So for internship, during internship, you will have learning outcome and also goal, right? So if it's not monitored, then we don't consider that as an internship. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, these are the things that we don't categorize these two, okay, scenario as internship. So first thing, if you're the only person working there, so as mentioned earlier, you need to be monitored. Okay, so if you're the only person working in that particular business aspect or operation, then we don't call that as internship. Or perhaps you are being supervised by someone, but that person has limited knowledge in your career field. So basically, perhaps you're from engineering, but then you are monitored by HR. Then we don't call that as internship. Okay. So types of internship for UTP, we have local internship and also overseas internship. Ours is credited. So when it comes to paid versus unpaid, this one we will leave it to host company to decide. So some companies they will pay you, some they won't pay you. So for example, like government, some of the government agencies may not pay you, right? So this one we leave it to the student to choose, okay? And also for UTP, we have industry-based internship and also university-based internship. So when we say university-based, then it will be a research-based internship. And also lastly, externship. Externship is basically like a hybrid internship. Okay, it will be just between like a day and a maximum of like a few weeks of internship program. So this is more like a job shadowing, right? So that's what we call as externship. Okay, so how you can find internship placement? All right, so these are actually some of the platforms that you may explore, okay, to connect with recruiters. All right, so or to find internship placement. So the first one will be job portals. All right, so when I say job portals, I'm sure all of you are familiar with JobStreet. So besides JobStreet, there's a lot of other portals available, so which you can always explore. So when it comes to job portal, you have to actually register, okay, submit your resume, and also after that you can actually start applying. Okay, you can actually find out all the job listings or internship listings, then you can apply directly through the portal. Right? Okay. So next will be company website. Okay, some companies, I would say normally MNC lah, big companies, they will have their own career portal. So they would encourage students actually to go into their website and apply. For example, Petronas, KPMG. So these are actually some of the companies that have their own career portal. So you have to go to their portal and apply to them directly. All right. So the third one would be LinkedIn. LinkedIn is definitely a powerful tool, okay, for you to build professional networking, okay, to get job informations, to let companies see you, find you, the recruiters to find you, all right. But you have to remember, LinkedIn is not only about creating a profile, okay? It's not only about creating a profile, but you need to know what actually to add in your LinkedIn profile so that employers will actually come and find you. So you need to make sure your profile is active and engaging, right? So when it comes to LinkedIn, okay, so these are actually some of the resources available, okay? Some of these are actually from our previous webinar, okay, session held, and then YouTube and others are actually websites where you can actually explore and get informations on how can you build your profile, okay, how can you build your LinkedIn profile, right? So for beginners, okay, so I would advise you to explore this after this so that you will have an idea lah on how to create your profile. And for LinkedIn, I would also encourage you to, all of you, to follow Mr. Muihan, okay, in this is his LinkedIn account and this is actually his Telegram group page. So in which he will normally share, okay, tips, strategies on how to create a good LinkedIn profile, the do's and don'ts, right? So he's actually a consultant and also a career coach. Okay. So the fourth one would be virtual career fair or job fair. All right. So for this year onwards, we would be expecting both virtual career fairs and also physical career fairs. So for UTP, our virtual career fair will be on May and our physical career fair will be on September. So when we are nearing the date, we will definitely share with you all the information. You can find it in our official Facebook page, or we will also email it to you. Okay, but besides UTP, there's a lot of other career fairs that will be held, okay, by other universities, okay, or career event management companies. So the next one will be the one that the upcoming physical career fair will be by Job Street. So for virtual career fair, job fair, events, right? So I would encourage all of you to be more resourceful. So you have to go to the social media of our website of the career event management companies and get informations of their upcoming events, and then and find out, okay, what are the opportunities available for you. So some of the career event management companies that I would encourage you to actually explore will be, besides Job Street, will be Graduan, okay, and then you can also check out Grad Malaysia, Talent Bank, okay, MIDA, right? Okay, so fifth would be word of mouth. So word of mouth means you can actually get informations of internship openings from your seniors. So okay, from your seniors, from your friends, or even lecturers, right? So, and lastly, so that's why for word of mouth you need to have a good rapport with your seniors, okay, so that you can get information from them. And lastly will be social media. So for social media, these two are actually internal. UTP Career Development Facebook page is ours, UTP CDO Facebook page, and the other one will be UTP Career Hunt. This is also under CDO, but most of the postings here are actually made by your seniors. So that's why I said you need to have a good rapport with your seniors in order for you to get information on internship openings. All right. So, and external, okay, these are actually some of the external links that I would encourage you to follow as well, like the page, and then you can get information on their internship or job openings. Okay. When it comes to resume, these are actually the most crucial, okay, most crucial, I would say, points that you need to have in your resume. So your personal details, objective, education, working experience, extracurricular, software skills, awards, achievements, projects, training, certifications, and reference. So this will be the order, yeah. All right, next. Okay, good. Okay, this one, I wouldn't say bad resume, but I would say this one is better. Okay, the first impression, okay, for this resume is better compared to the other one. But then this is not. I wouldn't say this is bad. I would say this is your own choice lah. This is your own preference, right? Because when it comes to resume, we would emphasize on the content. When it comes to design, okay, it's up to you. All right. Okay, so these two are actually are guidebook. Okay, resume guidebook that you can also check it out. In these two books, you can actually find out ideas on how to write resume. They have samples. Okay, so they have samples of resumes, samples of cover letter, and also how to email to employers. Okay, so these two books are also available. So later, once you have the slide right, then you can just check it out. Okay, so these are actually some of the links for you to view, all right? So on how to write a good resume, how to write a resume that actually will help you to impress the employer, to actually at least to see your resume, okay? To actually read it out and call you for interview. So these two are actually from Facebook, and this is actually a video. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, for LinkedIn, you can connect with Mr. Muihan, right? So for resume, I would encourage you to connect with Mr. Nick Akmal. Okay, he's also a career consultant and also expert in resume. So you can connect with him through LinkedIn. Okay, and also this is Facebook page where he do post informations on his webinars, and some of it are actually free webinars where you can just log in and register and then join and get informations on how to write a good resume. Okay. Okay, so when it comes to internship applications, right? These are the things that you need to have when you are submitting your applications to employers. So first thing will be your UTP cover letter, and then your resume and supporting documents like your recommendation letter, transcript, certificates. Okay, but remember, don't send an empty email. So you need to have a proper, formal, professional email. A good subject, okay, and then merge all your documents into one file. It can be either PDF or document, and make sure your file size limit is within 1 to 2 MB. Okay, so and then you can send it out. And also for interns, I would encourage you to actually use your UTP email when you are sending out application to recruiters. Okay, but if some of you prefer to go for your personal email, then it should be a professional email. So when I say professional email, it will be either your full name or your name alone. Okay, no funny names there. And also make sure you follow up after 2 weeks, maximum of 2 weeks. You need to follow up, okay, with the recruiters. Okay, so when it comes to internship interview, right? So these are actually the type of interview questions that normally the recruiters will ask you. So the first one will be situational. So when I say situational, so they might give you a scenario and they will ask you like, how would you approach? So you have to actually relate back to your previous experience, okay, and then share with them. So competency based means normally they will have like an assessment, okay, to actually evaluate your or test your technical skills. And lastly, your behavioral for behavioral interview sessions, this one is basically to assess your character. So for this, sometimes some of them actually they will have like a questionnaire. Okay, so from the answers they can actually assess your character from the answers that you actually share with them. All right, and on the right hand side, these are some of the most common internship interview questions which I would encourage all of you to practice before each interview session. Excuse me, before each interview question. So for these questions, right, you can actually find the answers on the internet. Okay, so it's just about getting the answers, okay, getting the answers ready, and of course to relate it with you so that it will be personalized, okay, instead of just copying from someone and then just share it up, right? So for this, I would also encourage you to check out, okay, on the internet and also YouTube, and then you have to prepare yourself before you attend the interview sessions. Right. So for interview tips, okay, this one is basically a general tips. I would say you have to research about the company before you go for the interview. Your dress code, okay, make sure your documents are ready. Okay, if you're going for face-to-face interview, make sure you know the location, okay, upfront. And also if it's virtual interview, make sure your internet connection is good. You already test your mic, webcam, right? So, and lastly, please remember, after each interview session, either virtual or face-to-face, make sure send a thank you note, okay, to the recruiter. Okay, so when it comes to accepting offers, right? So it's I would say that you actually have time. It's not about once you get the offer, you need to accept it immediately. Okay, so you can actually request for time. You can consider the offer, so you can request for time, but then you have to be polite and ask for specific duration. Okay, so some companies they will actually offer you like maybe 1 week, okay, or some of them perhaps 2 weeks, okay, for you to decide if you're going to accept or reject the offer. So if you need more informations, right, like you want to know in terms of how much is the allowance, where the location, perhaps the location or work scope, okay, you can actually ask them. All right. So, and also before accepting the offer, we would also encourage you to consult with your internship coordinator, your seniors, lecturers, or even CDO. Okay, and also if you think you want to like if you think that you have an advantage, so and you want to negotiate with them in terms of your allowance or any other additional, right, benefits, then you can do so if you think you have an advantage. All right. So and also remember, when you are accepting an offer or even accepting an offer, or let's say you got a call, right, that you got an offer, please ask them to email you. So and then you when you reply to them, it need to be in written as well. So of course you can accept the offer through phone, but we would also advise you to actually ask them to email and you reply to the email, so it's actually written. Okay, it's in black and white. Okay. And also, yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, you need to make sure the official acceptance is done by email. Okay, not just through phone. Okay. And last, and SK, similar to accepting offers, even when you're going to decline the offers, make sure you do it in a right manner. Okay, you have to be polite. Okay, you have to, okay, if let's say if you have already decided, right, that you are not going to accept the offer, you don't have to wait for a week or 2 weeks to actually respond to them. You can just tell them immediately that you would like to decline the offer, perhaps because you already got a better offer. Okay. So, but remember, once you decline the offer, I would say it's not possible. Okay, it's not possible for you to actually negotiate with them again. Okay, to actually ask them to reconsider you. Okay, be clear before you reject the offer. We have experience with your seniors. Okay, before they reject the offer, but then after that, when they didn't get any other offers, okay, and it's about when they're nearing the internship date, they try to actually approach the same company again, but then the company actually can't accept them. Okay, because offer virtual career consultation. So if you need any help or any advice in terms of your career advice, okay, career planning, or perhaps to check your resume, okay, or you need more information pertaining to your internship, you can actually book a session with us. It will be a one-to-one virtual appointment, one-to-one session. Okay, so you can click this link or scan this QR code and then book an appointment with us. Done. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, right? So our virtual career fair will be on May, all right? But then okay, and job street career fair will be on March. So please save the date, and also the upcoming our upcoming event will be TVEX. Okay, so TVEX is actually a virtual recruitment day where we will be inviting employers who are currently hiring interns and also fresh graduates. So the session will start on 9th of Feb. Okay, it will be on every Wednesday from 9th of February until 2nd March. So if you so once we have the company details, right, so we will promote the event through our email, through our social media, TEC Facebook page, TEC Instagram page, and also email. And you can register yourself. So remember, students who join our career events, our TVEX events, you will have the chance to actually submit resume. Okay, to all, and your resume actually will be shared with all the companies that join our TVEX 5.0. At the moment, confirmed companies, some of the confirmed companies are Schlumberger, KPMG, and we have KPMG, Schlumberger, Honeywell, and few more. Alright, so if you are interested, okay, in applying for internship at these companies, then please join TVEX 5.0. Okay, and last is actually our contact details. If you have any questions, you can call any one of us. If it's regarding career services in general, you can call Mr. Amino or myself. If it's very focused towards internship, then you can call Mr. Isma or Mr. Ilmi. And this is our email. If you have any questions that you actually want to email, then you can just drop an email here. Okay, and please follow our Facebook page to get more information on our upcoming events, internship openings, or even job openings as well. Okay. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you so much. So now, back to you, Ho.
Thank you, Ms. Sabaria Omer for the sharing. Now I would like to open the floor for questions from the participants. You may write your questions in the chat box and I will convey your questions to the speaker. You may also click on the raise hand button and open your mic to ask questions when I call out your name. While waiting for questions from our participants, Madam Roslina Nordin Ali, can I ask a question first?
Yes, please. Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Thank you for attending this session. So if you have any questions, I think you can ask. It's a very impressive number, yeah, the attendees, but I know it's a mixed group here. It's a mix of those who will be going in May, and I believe those who will be going later also join this session, which is I would say it is good. I mean, you have made a good move, yeah, by starting early to get early awareness, yeah, on internship program. So okay, you may ask the questions.
Okay, I think we have quite a lot of questions in the chat box first. Maybe Madam can answer them first. Okay, the first question will be from Tan Zhao Yang. He asked, I wish to get an internship in overseas. Is there any way possible to get a placement overseas?
Hi Tan. Yes, it is possible. It depends, yeah. I'm not sure you are from which program, but for overseas, we have two types of internship. One is you go to do your internship at an industry, meaning in a company. Another one is at a research institution or I would say a university. When it is a university, it would be a research attachment. It was research-based internship, yeah. So for the industry, either or, these both, you need to look for, you need to find the placement, okay. But for university, maybe you can approach your lecturers, yeah. Some of them may have contact collaborators from other universities. Okay, that is one way if it is through your lecturer contact. Another option is that you look for, okay, you must have a preference to which country that you want to go, and also whether you want to do in an industry or in a research institution. So if it is in a university, for example, and you have an idea or somehow a preference that you want to go to Australia, yeah, So you need to do your homework. You need to do your homework. Look for which universities that have an area that suits to your interest. It's not just about going overseas. Yeah, here it's not just go to do internship overseas, but it must be in line with your objective. Yeah, whether you want why that you want to go to do internship overseas is just to get to get a different culture. That is already like a very lame excuses lah. Yeah, I mean like you should have something in mind. Okay, let's say I want to go to India, for example, because I know in India the IT is very their IT knowledge is very good, so you want to get more exposure to India. And for example, engineering, you want to go to Germany because the engineering dekat sana, the Germany, they are very precise, very accurate, so you want to get that exposure. So that is the first thing you should have in mind first. And then after that, which country, which university. So you need to do the research. So let's say you have one university or few university in a particular in your mind, then you may go to the website, look for their international office. Yeah, normally for internship abroad, this mobility program, it is in charge by the international office. So you go and search what are their application process. So it varies. Yeah, different country, different universities, the process varies. That's why for us we don't have one fixed process. So I tell you there are a few options. Yeah, one is through the lecturer. If we have opening, yeah, at the moment due to the pandemic we do not have I have a few from ITIS, but I need to get further input from the lecturer first. But that is a potential for ITIS. But for the engineering at the moment, I don't have any. But if you are interested, you need to do like what I mentioned just now. So when you go to the international office, you need to approach them. Okay, some of the universities, the process is that the international office will not I say that they will not entertain your request. They would want you to approach the faculty members first, the professor, the potential professor. You need to approach that professor or that lecturer, asking them whether is it possible for them to be your supervisor. So meaning like you need to approach them, tell them that you will be going to do internship and you are interested in their research area. Would they willing to take you as no to as your team, to supervise you? If they said yes, okay, then you can share that information, that email, with the international office. That is one way. Yeah, most universities, in fact, for UTP also, when students from France, inbound student, they want to do in UTP, they also need to do the same. They need to find the potential supervisor first. Then only the international office will process. That is one. Another one, maybe you will find the international office, instead of asking you to get, to find a potential SV, they have already a list of potential placement. That one is another way. So that one probably they will share with you so that you can look through whether it is suitable or not with your area of interest. Okay, that is about a university or research institute. For company, for industry, you need to look for yourself. You need to go to their portal because normally they will not entertain if we ask out of the system. So you need to apply through the portal, and also that one portal that I can share, but this one is only for placement at Japan or Korea or China. Kopra, 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 Kopra.com, if I'm not mistaken, Kopra.com. So you can or Kopra.org. So you can look through lah. But unfortunately for Japan, they are not opening. They are still closing their border for students as well as for travellers lah, tourists. So Japan ni susah sikit. But Japan and Germany, is among the countries that successfully ataupun I would say openly accept internship at industry. I mean, it would be easy for you to apply to these countries in terms of the visa. The problem about doing internship, industry internship abroad is the permit and the visa issue, because the paperwork need to be done by the company itself. So there's a lot of paperwork, documentation, legal stuff that the company need to do. So like countries like Germany and Japan, I think the visa type for students doing internship at that country is a bit flexible compared to like UK, because some country when you want to do internship, automatically the visa is at a different type, visa type. Some is occupational. They are not consider you as a student. They consider you as an expatriate, a working people. So that is why it's a bit tedious compared to you doing in a university. Okay. I hope that answers. So you still have time to look for the university siapa? Tan, ya? Alright.
Alright. I hope Madam Roslina has answered your question. Thank you, Madam Roslina. Let's move on to next question. Yu Xing Te, you may unmute your mic to ask your question.
Thank you very much, MC. So, hello, my name is Dayu Sheng, and I'm from third year first now. So, I have 3 questions to ask. First of all, will UTP provide us the cover letter? If yes, when will we accept it? When will we, get it? Second, when is the latest we can start our internship? And then third, what is your advice in terms of like strategy to find companies, because we don't want to find too little company that we don't have a backup, and we don't want to find too many company so that when we accept one placement, and then if we reject it for another better company, it's basically very rude. So we don't want that. So is there like any strategy to plan it out? Yep, thank you very much.
Okay, I'll go for the first question. I know there's a lot of questions, because normally we do this 101 internship after after we have conducted the first briefing session for those going internship. But this time around, this 101 ni kita do it very early lah. So that is why I think you got no idea. Okay, just for those who will be going in May, at the moment now, because you just came back last week, so we are still checking your eligibility. Hopefully by end of next week we have a complete list. Okay, once we get the list, you will then receive a notification, or acknowledgement email or invitation email from U campus, ask you to pre-register. So those who are eligible only will receive that email. Okay, eligible here meaning that one is that your CGPA is 2 and above. Your credit hours, accumulated credit hours is as per requirement. The eligible, credit hours, you got no financial outstanding semua, but then you did not get that email. So for this group of students, later you please email Encik Izma or Encik Baharul Ilmi to inquire why that you did not receive the email, because you probably from a different cohort ke apa, so that is why you tak dapat. Okay. Okay, that is the question number 1 lah. So hopefully by next week you will receive. So kalau by next week you will receive end of next week, end of the week, then the following week tu mungkin you dah akan get the cover letter lah, or probably next week terus. Once you accept, you will get the cover letter. You can terus auto download from the system. Alright. Once you get the cover letter, then you can start applying. You can start send your application. So my team will also conduct a first briefing session. So during that briefing session, we will tell you on the process of the application process, what to do, the strategy that you asked just now. So because I have a lot of questions here, I do not want to redundant. So that information will again be relayed to you during the internship briefing, the official. Like today's session, this 101 internship, basically it is on general internship. It's not about the UTP internship structure, you know, that you're going through. So what Miss Sabaria is telling you is in general, so that you get awareness what you need to do, how we can help you. But nanti next week too, when session with Encik Izma and Encik Elmi, we will go very detailed on the application process. So not to worry. Your batch, this batch, we have very small number only, 100 plus student, yeah, compared to the one that just started 500 plus. So 100 plus ni, I think it would be no problem as long as you are not being very choosy, or you know, very demanding in terms of where you want to do. You know, you may got more than one or two offer, but then you are contemplating mana nak pergi, so that may delay getting I mean you securing a definite placement lah. Okay, so I will not go detail on the strategy lah. Nanti lagi sekali nanti on the briefing session we will share with you in detail together with the process, and also where you can get the list, yeah, and the mode of application too. Alright, I hope you are okay, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the explanation.
Okay.
Okay. Let's have some questions from the chat box first. The next question will be from. The next question will be from Navi Kumar. Ask if my internship is on September 2022. When can I start applying for the internship?
Oh, okay. Application will start one semester early. You are going in September. So when May semester, then a similar process, because you cannot start now. So if start now, you will, you know, the recruiter, the company will get confused you with those who will be going in May. So we do not want that. But in terms of you to start doing research, so let's say you want to go overseas, let's say, or even not overseas, locally, you can start doing your research, your industry preference, for example, what kind of company. So you can start doing now, and in fact you can start asking the potential employer. Let's say if you go through LinkedIn, then you can just start can just, like, you know, start build a network, yeah, establish a communication with them. Just tell them that you'll be going in September. Is there an opportunity? If yes, where can I, you know, where can I apply? But of course, we cannot issue you cover letter yet now, and we also do not encourage you to just send your resume. But if you know, if the company really wanted you, but then you need to clearly inform that you are actually not going in May, September, because there will be your senior who will be going in may also send to the same company. So this may confuse them. But for overseas, it's good if you start 2 semester early. You in fact you need, because of the visa, you know, the visa process. Okay.
Okay, thanks for the sharing. But moving on, we have another question from Mr. Elnu. He asked if we accept the offer first and sign the contract, it is possible to cancel the contract if we get better company.
No, because this is what we do not encourage. Even though, you know, you're not like you are going to be, you know, this is something. How should I say? You should honor the contract. Okay, that is why before you decide, before you want to accept, you have to make up your mind. All right. So we cannot be greedy in life. Yeah, we cannot like want everything at one time. So sometimes you need to balance. So before you accept an offer, you know that you have also applied to other companies that probably within your interest, but the one who first came to offer you probably is in your next list lah. Yeah, it's not your first choice or second choice. It is your third or fourth choice. So but you don't know what is the status of your first choice or second choice. So here is where you need to make up your mind. Okay, if you said that you still want to wait for these first two choice, okay, you can either tell this company, can they give you some time, but you also need to be fair to the company. When you said to them to give you some time, you must give like say 5 days or 1 week, rather than you open that timeline. It's not fair to them because they also need to, they need to quickly process. That is one. Or if they said no, okay, if they said no, they want to know the decision now. This is where you need to decide. Okay, you need to make up your mind. Okay, if I were to accept this offer, and after I accept, suddenly my first choice or second choice came in, I will not go back to that offer. I have to ni. This is what I meant. You cannot be greedy lah, kan? Because if that is the case, you are greedy. It's like ini pun nak, and then you close the opportunity for your other friends who are genuinely do not have placement. Yeah, if you said you don't want to this company, your third choice, probably they can offer to the next person in line. So this is something lah. Maksudnya you kena ada cost melepas lah ya. Cost melepas. You cannot get everything. So if we want something, sometimes we need to sacrifice another thing. That is part of life actually. Alright.
Alright, thank you, Madam Roslina. I hope Madam Roslina has answered your question. And next question is from Siti. She asked, is there any approved list of companies for internship that we can get from CDO?
Yes, after the briefing, we will share the list of companies, okay? But it is just a list. Due to PDPA, we cannot share you the HR email or it's just the list of the company. So you need to look through to the website where to contact them. All right. So at least from the list too, these are the lists whereby your seniors have gone, and this the company. If it is in the list, normally it is company yang we somehow we approve you to go lah. It is suitable. We never have issue or what. So we will share the list. But you are open to also apply to your own the company that is not within our list. But of course, if it is a very new company, you must make sure that the job scope is relevant to your area lah. Yeah. Another part is that other than the listing, you can also go to our website, yeah, you career too. But at the moment, there's some technical issue, so you can also log in to UCampus to look at the internship posting, yeah, that we post, yeah, that company shared with us or company post via UCareer. That one is at UTP website. Automatically when you go to the link, it will direct you to UCampus, so you have to log in, yeah. Macam you log in to your profile, and then it will lead you to list of job posting lah, yeah. But we will try to resolve that one as soon as possible lah. Right now, kalau you buka, you may only see few companies, yeah. Okay.
Alright, thank you, Madam Roslina. And moving on, we have another question from Jasri. She asked, how important is a letter of recommendation when applying for internships?
It is very subjective. I don't say it is not important or not important. You can include that together with as a supporting document, yeah, together with your cover letter and your resume. But the recommendation letter, let's say it is a recommendation from your or referees lah, yeah. I would say recommendation ni normally is a referee punya ni. Make sure the person who sign the recommendation letter to know that you you are putting him as a referee or what in your resume. Normally if you put you give a recommendation letter by someone, normally you will put that person name also in the resume, so that person also need to be acknowledged jugalah. But it's okay. I don't say that if you do not attach recommendation letter, you will not get offer, no. But that can be a good supporting document, because we don't know, recruiter ni is also human. Different people, different style, they may want to see, because sometimes probably there are few candidates from the same university, from the same program sent, and all of you have the same on paper, all of you have the same academic qualification, semua pun ada MPU4 lah, semua pun ada, you are, you have this extracurricular. So probably this one person ada something yang different from another student, whereby this person provide a recommendation letter. So this is something like we won't know, but it's okay, tak ada salah, there's no right or wrong here.
All right, thank you, madam. Moving on to our last question from Muhammad Faiz. He asks, is there any case that a student does not get a placement? If yes, what should the student do?
Yes, they are, but because this internship is compulsory, normally we will facilitate you until you dapat tempat, unless you are the one who are so choosy, meaning let's say towards the end you still do not have placement, and then we have managed to find you one, but then for some reason you reluctant, no, maybe because of logistic issue or what, and then it will be difficult lah, because at that point of time towards the end normally it will be difficult for us to find you placement based on your preference. At that point of time normally by right you should just accept whatever that comes lah. So unless if you you decline, then yes, I would say of course you will not get a placement lah. So normally if that is the case, let's say we have some time frame lah, for the case yang genuine case that you unable to secure placement within timeline. We have some buffer lah that we can allow you, but of course within that period only. So let's say you fail to get within the period that we have, within the stipulated time, then we have to advise you to defer, or to to continue your semester lah, taking other courses first, and you go next the following semester. But I hope for your batch ni tak adalah, sikit je kan, 100 lebih je. As long as you follow, and then when we ask you to submit your CV, you submit, upload at UCampus. Do not wait until last minute you don't have placement, and then you want us to help you, but you do not give your CV to us. How can we help you? So this kind of thing lah. So the attitude must be right lah, yeah. Alright, okay.
Alright, thank you, Madam Roslina. I hope Madam Roslina has clarified your queries. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for participating in the Q&A session. Unfortunately, we don't have time for more questions. You can contact the speaker through the contact details in the chat box for more questions. Next, we will share you with the link to the feedback form. Please be informed that we will be providing career resource kit in the feedback form. The link to request e-certificate may also be found in the form. Kindly complete the post-event survey to get the career resource kit and request the e-certificate. Top 30 active participants with more than 80% attendance will also stand a chance to get GrabFood vouchers. Your feedback is important for our continuous improvement. You can scan the QR code on the screen or click the feedback form link in the chat box. Please remain in the meeting while completing the feedback form. You may start filling in the feedback form now. Thank you, Madam Roslina, for answering all the questions.